Mike Van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I am Uruk-hai Galu-Isen, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back as we continue on as Isengard has been unleashed. It hasn't really, but here we are as Isengard. Now, before we crack into the episode proper, I was just going to briefly touch on the sort of the part of the channel. Here in the United Kingdom, as I record this on Tuesday morning at 8 AM, we of course have just been told to stay indoors now, unless you can go out for very, very specific reasons, but only those. And my office, my firm, they have shut the office, so everyone is now, those who can, working from home. I don't know what the plan at my office is going to be and whether or not the working from home continues, because unfortunately my office is not paperless, and so working purely on a laptop is not something that my legal firm is set up to do. So I think I may have some spare time over the coming days. Well, certainly in that I don't have to commute to and from work, I free up at least 2 hours a day. The moral of all of this is just to update you on what the situation is here in England. I'm not looking for sympathy at all. I'm fine, and my family is fine, and my sympathies to those who aren't fine. But it's just to let you know what's happening here if you weren't already in the know. But it's just to say that I may well do a couple of extra videos over the coming weeks then, because we are now having to stay indoors for 3 weeks. Which doesn't really bother me. I've got a garden, which I'm fortunate enough to have, so I can still actually get out. And we're allowed to go out for runs, which Jess and I do. So I'll still be able to go and do that. And I could go for a bike ride as well. I can dig the bike out of the shed. Anyway, that's by the by. So, Isengard. Now, the other thing to mention, which you'll be far more interested in, is that we are hoping to release version 4 as soon as possible. It has now undergone a rigorous testing process, and my thanks to everyone who came forward on Discord and tested for us and provided feedback. We fixed so many bugs, and particularly typos, which we're not really all that bothered by, to be honest, but it is nice to repair them. And so this has been an excellent period of time where we can just focus on typos and other little minor bugs. So lots of things have been fixed, and it's been fantastic. So version 4, we are very soon ready to pull the trigger. You're watching this video on Wednesday, aren't you? I recorded it yesterday morning, so much could have changed already by then. But stay tuned, version 4 will be coming to you soon. Otherwise, I think we can just crack on, can't we? What are we up to is the question. Well, we are, of course, attacking Mordor now as well. But not just that, we've allied with Gondor. So that we can take their castle, their capital from them, sorry. Without any trouble, without having to take it from Mordor. With me and Gondor both pressing on Mordor, we will be able to really hit them hard. We'll also now be able to see a couple of custom settlements that we've not fought in for a long time, like Cair Andros. Which is cool. Very cool. In the north, our massive army under Ugluk, which is mostly trash, but still an army, is still an army, is moving out to take a Draikhan. We're going to take the fight to the elves, but I believe we are actually at an end turn at the moment.
Would you wish to speak
He
to
is
me?
not mine. He is a Ardenaim fellow. The Enedwaith have got Druaithior, Bregnas for Trumal Renaith. Some of these regions have been changed, their names have been changed to better reflect where they actually are. For example, this region is Druaithior, and this region was called something completely different, I can't remember what. But if you look at any map of Lord of the Rings, the words Druaithior are written here. So why this one was called it and not this one was an error on my part. And one of the regions over here where the Isen or the Angren River flows out into this small little inlet or bay, this region was just simply called Western Enedwaith, and I thought it was almost certainly me that gave that name, and I just thought, why are we calling it that? So I renamed it back to Angren Bay because I think that just sounds better. But anyway, let's end the turn. My thanks as well to those of you last week who gave me ideas for games that I should play. I looked through every single suggestion, and some of them weren't to my taste at all. But in truth, I've ended up playing Pillars of Eternity 1 and actually giving it a proper go, because I had played it before for about an hour, and there was so much going on, and I'm ashamed to admit that I just backed out. Obviously, the game is about 90% reading, and the working out all the different stats and how units defend and what type of attacks to use against what defenses. It's just a lot. But now that I've got a lot of time, I gave it another go, because of course not necessarily I'm at work in like work hours from 9 to 5:30, but obviously I get my lunch break and I don't have to commute, so I get 2 hours in the morning now, whereas when that 2 hours is normally spent getting ready for work and then driving to it. Now that I don't have to do that, I've got this extra couple of hours every morning, and of course in the evenings we're not allowed out, so I've got more time in the evenings as well. So I'm looking forward to going through that, also because number 2 looks very good as well, but I want to play number 1 first. So I was playing that. I've also picked up Dying Light again because it's a fantastic take on the zombie genre. But I'm very disappointed, spoiler alert, to learn that in the second Dying Light game, the zombies won. I thought it was such a cool feature of that zombie game that it wasn't the entire world is ended and you're the last survivors, what are you going to do? And instead it was only this one city has been affected and infected, and you're dropping in as an outsider to get some military documents or whatever, and then I'm sure I'll end up being either the saviour or something of the place. But I thought that was a really interesting take that we do not see. In almost every zombie game ever, the world has fallen to zombies, and you are the apocalyptic survivors trying to pick your way through the ruins of the old world. Whereas this one was not that, and it was cool. But then no, the second game, oh look at that, the zombies have infected the whole world, and you are the saviour of the world. So I'm not as interested in that, to be honest. I'm only covering while we're just doing campaigny stuff. So I was playing Dying Light. Jessica and I have picked up Lord of the Rings War in the North again because I'm desperate to get all of the achievements. Yesterday I managed to get every achievement on Kingdom Rush. Finally got the last one, so that was pleasing. I am something of an achievement whore, but then sometimes you look at a game and you just think, I'm not going to be able to get every achievement, so I'm not going to try. And one such game is Pillars of Eternity, as I was mentioning that earlier. Unfortunately, I think it's a really backward decision and they should have honoured them in a different way. But there's an achievement that you can only get if you were a Kickstarter backer. And I just think that is ridiculous. So the only people in the world who can 100% that game have to have known about the game before it came out, which just doesn't stand the game well for longevity. What about the next generation of achievement hunters like myself, the next generation who probably weren't even alive when it was kickstarted, or were just children and there was no way they're going to kickstart a game? They can now not get 100% if they come to play that game later. And I just think that's short-sighted. Give them like some armor in the game that they can show off, or I don't know, give them a title or give them a badge on Steam instead. One of those kinds of things. Why did there have to be an achievement? So the moral of the story there is I can't get all of the achievements, so I'm not going to bother trying. Oh dear, Mordor, come on. What is this? They're really coming for us. Oh, Loke Gamprim. I really like seeing the other units in the army. It's nice. And it's been stepped up in version 4, actually. The recruitment of those types of units has been made more readily available. But that is actually quite a sizable army coming for us, isn't it? Dear. Did we get better units? Oh, we get the crossbows. Yeah, go on. And I will take the berserkers if you can give me them. We're about to run out of room. We're about to run out of room. I'll come back to you because we're going through to making money now, aren't we? Folberg, what do we want from you? I don't really know, to be honest. Oh, free upkeep would be very nice. So, yeah, if you get that. Hornburg would hit slave quarters, so there should be some free upkeep there. Hornburg also looks like it is getting recruitment as well, so let's try and get a drill square in the Hornburg. Oh, it's hugely favoured to us now. Recruitment slots allowed 4. This came up in our testing as well, and something that some people don't seem to realise is that free upkeep is cumulative. The recruitment slots is superlative. Is that the right word? So whichever building has the highest number of recruitment slots, that is the number of recruitment slots you are allowed. Upkeep, however, does add. So this settlement will have 5 free upkeep, but it will only have 4 recruitment slots, despite you thinking it might have 6. I can show that there. You see, he greys out after 4. So it does not have 6. That was reported as a bug by some of our testers. Some of our testers, as it has shown, perhaps weren't too well appraised with the features of the game itself, and we were having features, Medieval II core gameplay features reported as bugs, which did make us chuckle. I have to say, we had a good laugh in the modding only chat about that. Grog Hut, health and bonuses. But I obviously am internally grateful to the testers, but you've got to have a little bit of a laugh when things like that come along, haven't you? Right, some of you are going to have to go into forts, so off you go, and off you go. And then Isengard can fill up those next ones. Keep free. Still have 9,000. It's over 9,000. You know, I don't like Dragon Ball Z. But you just can't escape all of those stupid references, can you? We'd really quite like this place to not need a garrison. And actually, the south is going to need support. That army is fine. So if I could take some of your larger battalions and head south. Oh, look, they can build a tower there. We need one there. Let's, you pop back and build a tower. Captain Thurknes, you're going to go to Calenhad and get Saruman out of the trouble he's about to get into. Ah, Dornan Orsten. Dornan Orsten. Welcome. Eruaran. A mouthful. Ah, but not as bad as Braith Mudassen. Braith Mudassen does not sound like an elven name. It sounds like a Scandinavian name. Right, then we can end the turn and take the Mordor's rage and fury. Take it on the chin. Now, something that I'd like to do over these weeks while I'm at home is another top 10 video. I do enjoy them. They just take an awful long time to make. And obviously, normally, I just don't have that time. But if I do have that time, I'm quite looking forward to that. And of course, next week there will be a lore video, and the subject I have chosen is the Shire. Now, I've dealt with the Hobbits before, I think, but I may overlap with some previous topics as we move into this next genre era of lore videos, because I think my lore video approach has improved. I think my delivery style is better. No longer am I making annoying noises with my mouth. I mean, I make the odd one, I'm sure. And I frequently talk too much without taking a breath, which causes me to then take big breaths like that. And those little things I always pick up on when I hear them back. What was I going to do in Isengard, actually? I said, I'll pop back. And I didn't. Oh, well. Or Folberg? No, can't remember where it was. Oh, well, ignore any of that. So I think my delivery is better. I think my general style is better. And now that I'm more au fait with... Oh, look, Gondor's doing really well. Ah, well, Calenhad. You're ignoring Calenhad. Oh, Mordor, why you do this to me? I really want Cair Andros. I was thinking just then I might just nip out and get Cair Andros, because then we've cut Mordor out altogether. But this bastard over here is going to go for Aldburg, even though it doesn't even bloody border him. Or does it border just there? No, that's East Emnet. Eastfold is entirely in this section. Why are you going for Aldburg? Bugger off. I hate Mordor. I don't. It's not Mordor. It's a problem that is for the whole game. This makes absolutely no strategic sense. That army will do nothing in the long run to me. It's not going to really impede my economy because Aldburg is a nothing settlement. It's not going to hamper me in any real substantial way. It is just going to move into my land, maybe take one region, and then die. This army is going to ensure that we survive in the east. But because our army over here is actually now ready, I'm just going to move it out. We'll just meet Mordor in the field and we'll say, hello, Mordor. We're here to wipe you out. All of them. Avradizimir. Bugger off, mate. Should we kill him? Yeah, look, we've got enough units that can do it. This is how you kill diplomats without an assassin. It requires some work and some patience, because you've got to get everyone to move where you need them to, and it can take a bloody age. Sorry, I used the word bloody too much. Anyone else with more movement speed? Yes. He can't go into those trees. Avradizimir. And there he goes. See, it's interesting that they included this as a feature, and then everyone stares at the guy in the middle and praises him. It's interesting that they included this as a feature, because it's just, you just wouldn't think it, would you? Like, who was the first person to find that out without being told you could do it? Because it's just so bizarre, isn't it? You would have thought, in truth, that just standing your army on him should be enough to kill him. And you don't have to go through the minutiae and monotony of actually surrounding him. But no, you do. You have to go through all that rigmarole. I'm not going to attack Dreicharen. We'll wait till Lothlorien gathers its troops, because our army here, I think, is quite good. And we should be able to take down quite a lot of elves in one fell swoop. So, but what we are going to do is attack Malbug. We're going to leave behind 33 of you, and that'll be about it, I think. Malbug has a loose army of many different types of units that will all die. And then we will take Cair Andros, because that army coming from Isengard will beat Captain whatever he's called to at least Edoras, and if he takes Ulberg, he takes Ulberg. I just don't care. We'll swoop in and take it straight back. But if we can go and hold Cair Andros now and get that before Gondor does, because I'd really like to see that battle map. But I think our proclamation of war against Mordor has really bullied Gondor into action, in the positive sense, because the fact that they've got both Osgiliaths is really quite surprising to me. Did we attack them? Yes, we did, didn't we? Right, it's a nice wide line. Who are going to be running at our enemy? All of you are, yes. Perhaps 123, we won't include you in the front line. You're not as aggressive. Crossbow units, hang back for now. We'll worry about what to do with you shortly. Don't be running away, archers. So we've got cavalry, which they, of course, do not have. And then we've got you guys. We'll just put you in a line for now, and we'll worry about it in a minute. This is a good place to hit them if we can. Oh, no, they're going to run, aren't they? They're going to run to that hill behind them. They should run as if the whips of their masters were behind them. You know, listen to the film back. That line, I think, is very difficult to make out. And the other one that I always, when I was younger, in Two Towers, could never understand what Legolas was saying, is when the three hunters are surrounded by Eomer's party, and Eomer says, "I shall cut off your head, dwarf, if it stood but a little higher from the ground." And then Legolas says, "You would die before your stroke fell," and he pulls an arrow out. But when I was younger, and honestly, watch it back now and listen to that line, it's really difficult to make out what he actually says. And he definitely smudges the word stroke, and it just sounds really bizarre, and you know, I could just never tell what he actually meant. But of course now I can, after many watches, you can hear what he's saying, but when I was younger I never knew what he said there. Always used to throw me. Are they archers of our enemy? No, they're infantry. Right, the enemy comes. From a nice wide line. Spears, we will get you involved on that flank. Javs, you come over there. Don't be in defensive mode, actually. Cav, let's flank you up over there. The wolves are hungry. Saruman is ready. Our archers are ready. Our lines stand ready. Everyone, I will fall ready. Who's that over there? Uruk-hai. Do we really want to be wasting all of our shots on Uruk-hai? I don't think we do. As if we could possibly not fire at those. The enemy has taken position on a hill. Who have we got on this corner? Orc Coast. Yeah, go on. Hit them. Let's try and corral the enemy back to us. Or coax the enemy back to us, I suppose is better. There are the Uruks. Numenorians walking with them. Their line is rejigging once again. Oh, the cavalry has decided to go into a thin line. Good charge, pull away. Good charge, pull away. And there we go, we've got the enemy engaged.
In our favor. Victory will be ours.
Archers, you may fire at will. We're trying to, of course, minimize our losses. This is a battle where we actually don't want to lose very many if we can help it. It just depends how much Mordor plays ball, really, doesn't it? They have got some units moving out to hit our line. You go back in. Who is that charging us? Orc scouts. Yeah, go on, hit them. Are they really trying to shoot our cavalry? They are, aren't they? It's like they've never played rock, paper, scissors.
The battle is very
Cavalry
much in our
beats.
favour.
Archers.
Victory
Everyone
will
knows
be
this.
ours.
Why are you charging me? Ah, the wargs have hit. Pull them away, pull them away. Spearmen forward. You guys forward. They're attacking. You charge, you charge. You charge. You go for those spearmen. You go for those raiders. No one on defense except for the archers, please. Oh, are you a melee force? No, you're the javelins. Ah, of course. Now keep firing at things. Right. Oh, sorry, my hands are in the wrong place. Pressing all sorts of wrong buttons. Ah, there's hardly any orc mourners. Go for those Uruks. And Hwags. You've got an orc band chasing you. You can hit those fighters.
The enemy are badly
Ah,
bloody.
they're broken. They're
They've
running.
lost half their men.
58%. We've lost hardly anyone. Oh, Mordor. Constantly, you feed my ego. Is there a better nation to fight than Mordor, I ask you? Well, this is over. It's just one stubborn orc archer battalion of all things.
We've
they're
captured the
gone.
enemy's general.
And that'll do us. 102 brave Uruk-hai, half-orcs, orc men as they should probably be called actually, rather than half-orcs, now having familiarised ourselves considerably with the battles of the Fords of the Isen. 318 kills, Warg marauders, proving beyond doubt that Wargs have a place in this army. Sound like a politician. We really should rename those half-orcs, actually. In fact, my book is open. I'm going to write that down. We will rename the half-orcs to orc men, because that is what they were called. Fearsome orc men, they called them. I don't think half-orcs is actually used all that often, if at all. Kill them all. That army will be a bit of a pain, but I don't think we'll lose, because Saruman is just such a fantastic general. Oh, you've got to be joking. We got there just as Gondor got there. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, maybe that's where he's going. Maybe Captain Lungor is going up there to come back.
No sleeping here.
No, because he can go through where our general's going through. Possibly. It's possible. I can't imagine they're going to abandon the front that readily. It just strikes me as absolutely bizarre. Anyway, we'll end the turn and see where he goes. See what he does with himself. I don't have anything else to say about version 4, I don't think. Oh, a developer diary. I could do with doing a developer diary, actually, couldn't I? Because we've done a lot of changes. Mostly bug fixes, but the odd change has gone through. And so what sort of one final DD before we move live would probably work. So, Captain Ishnaz is the one who actually attacked us, which is folly. And he's supported by Ishgaz, an actual general. What a rare and bizarre sight. And this should then hopefully see... no, because then we're going to kill the garrison forces, and then Gondor's going to take the bloody city, aren't they? Damn, blast, and damn. We're also going to be surrounded, annoyingly. Oh, no, she's in here, isn't she? I thought that was a baby crying. Good morning. Do you think you can be quiet? Yeah, you flop on the floor, Calicat. Calicat is absolutely loving this working from home. Because I have been working from home since last Thursday. And she likes the attention. But I may have to shut her out because you can probably hear the meows. If she jumps up on the desk, it will be deafening. But then I don't know. I listened to it the other day when she meowed, and you could barely hear it, to be honest. I think the microphone does a fantastic job of really focusing in on what I'm saying, or because I'm so near to it, and ignoring everything else behind me. Anyway, I'm stalling because we've got to figure out how best to defend when our main enemy is coming from here. Cair Andros is that island just there, even though you can't see it. And of course, their reinforcements are coming in right behind us. Oh no, this is one of those bizarre battle maps, isn't it? Where, technically speaking, the attackers are actually coming from over here. But for some reason, it's spun it round the other way. I think our best bet is probably to flee to our north. Ah, but that's an awful location. Oh, I don't know. Look, there's a little bit of a hill here. We're going to have to corner camp, which is disappointing. Oh, I tell you why she might be vocal, actually. Is because she hasn't had her breakfast yet. I haven't given her a breakfast. And normally I would have given her a breakfast about an hour ago. So she's probably jonesing for that. Ah, yes. There we are. Perfect. Should we move up a bit? Give it a pause. Right, this time we're going to be holding the line, so if I can take our defensive-minded units, you're going to move to there and hold that line. Javs, you're going to go in just behind them and also hold. And you guys are going to be what you can on that flank, but we'll have the cavalry supporting you up and down that side. And then our ranged units, if you would not run away, that'd be perfect. Oh, you might as well take the crossbows as well, actually. Yeah, you'll be the first ones to group. Come and stand yourselves there. Saruman, if you come and stand... Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, come stand at the back. Keep out of harm's way. And that's everyone moving, isn't it? Ah, Berserkers. No. Berserkers, you can also help on that flanking. Into positions, please. Get up that hill. I think we've chosen just far enough away that it will take them longer to get in before we're in position. Yeah. There we are. Although we are going to want to plug up a bit better. I'm getting hungry. Get yourselves ready. You guys move down there. Right. Are we firing yet? Yes, we are. Perfect. This is going to be a bit of a... We are quite outnumbered. I think this is going to be a challenge of a battle. Saruman, if we actually move you over there... Right, the lines, if you would all please defend. Oh, she really is. Yeah, in a way. No, we'll do this one as a test. So please let me know if Callie the cat is way too loud and if she's really distracting. Because I don't think she is until she jumps up on the desk. I think she's probably a manageable... Right, get the cavalry out. Go, go, go. Just realised I've got ballastas. I'm not dealing with them. Also because she's only here for the last sort of 10 minutes or so.
Victory will be ours.
Javelins you're throwing, aren't you? You're not getting involved in combat. No, 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 no. Yes, you are. Right, pull away. You're about to do here. Look, they're bloody well targeting Saruman again. And they are actually flanking. But we're shutting down their siege. They're desperately pulling units back to stop us, but it's done. The siege is down. Oh, no, she's on the desk. She's on the desk. No canning. Pull away before that host gets to you. Come on, Wargs. Get with a bit of speed. Maulers going around the side there. There's Maulers going around the side. Oh, she's on the desk again. No, Callie Cat. Go outside or something. You're still allowed. Uruk bodyguard. Oh, there's a target. Run away, please. It's only Orc host that's coming for them, though, actually. Wargs are savage in their charge, though. Normally they do very, very well. Get a Siamese cat, they said. They make it feel like you've got someone with you in the house, they said. Yeah, they make it feel like you've got someone in the house, constantly pestering you for food. She's... No, stop it. I'm going to just have to throw her outside, shut the door. Just these last few minutes. Javelins, are you all set? You guys can curl around. Yeah, you might as well just plug into that line. Oh, ballast to cruise. Get the cav out. She's still firing. Oh, this time it's way more evenly matched. Saruman down on that edge. Oh, Just flank yourselves out. Right, who have we got running over there? Well, you go for that Orc coast, and you come and slide down the gap in the middle.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Stop the baluster crew. Yes, thank you. Right, you pull away. What's happening on this end? Well, they're wavering and weakening, but we've got the 2 Beast Slayer units are good in melee if the need arises. Yeah, and we've got a large chunk of their army just sort of running around in no man's land trying to catch our cavalry, which is helpful. You come back and hit that bodyguard unit. Where actually is he? He's right in the middle there. Bloodied, bald-headed fellow. Oh, that was a pathetic charge. Oh, and they wiped out their quarry though. That's good. Alright, let's go and disrupt some of their archers, shall we?
They have lost half their men.
Yeah, but we're not far behind. But then actually, this is likely our last battle. I don't know why I'm putting so much concern on it. Because we've really awoken a fire in Gondor, and Mordor has now got to contend with a risen and powerful Gondor, which unfortunately Mordor cannot do. That's the thing, you see. The mod is very much set up that Gondor will fall unless someone comes to save them. And if you do come to save them, then they become a really powerful nation, as they should do. So this is what's supposed to happen, if you will. Just one outside influence to come, and then Gondor will be all right, and they'll flourish. They'll be more than all right. No, you're up against Uruk, don't do that. Come out and hit those Orc archers.
We will smash the enemy.
We're gonna need to send our troops. Oh, look at that! Cavalry, get out. Who are you against?
The
Orc
enemy
coast.
are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Oh yeah, you've got those. Stay and fight in those. There's the general. Oh, there he is. Still trying to chase down our cav. Right, there's a unit in the rear we can get there. Dunlending horsemen absolutely paying for themselves at the moment. Come on, look at this unit right here. Look at it. It wants to get shot in the back. It's begging for you to shoot it in the back. Because everyone else is taking a real toll. You are shooting them. Yes, perfect. What are we on? 66-44. Stop trying to eat the cables. She's so desperate for food. She's chewing anything she can. It's not because she's desperate for food. She chews everything she can all the time. Oh, sorry. She's knocking the mic. This is a lesson in that I think Callie Cat should probably not join us for these recordings. Because she's a bloody pain in the neck. Right, charge in. You can charge on those. You keep firing. You keep firing. You can sideswipe those Uruks. Good job. Now you come for those scouts. Good job. Pull back out. Saruman has so many bolts still to go. Ah, we've got routing. We've got routing. Let's keep the cavalry now, I think, out of harm's way. Finish this off. We've quite literally done what the mod is called. We have divided and conquered this army by keeping a lot of their focus on our cavalry. They've not been able to overwhelm our line, which is the real threat here. And our line has then been able to overcome them. The cavalry, whilst maybe not having the most kills from this battle, although they probably will, to be honest, have absolutely been the reason that we won this. You can keep shooting things if you can. Is there anything actually down there still? Moran and Garnia, keep on them. The general's still knocking around somewhere, isn't he? Oh, he's miles away. Oh, is that the wrong general, actually? Could well be. That could be... Ah, yes, no, look, that's the captain. Where's the other general? Ah, there he is. He's down right on that edge. Up against the Beast Slayers. Interesting. Well, they'll be alright. They'll do well. You go for those. You go for those. Let's speed this up now. This is over. Units are breaking and routing when we get them. There we are. Only the army led by the general still fights on. All we got to do is finish him off and then it's over. So stop firing, don't shoot at things, stop firing. Bit late to use your voice really actually, isn't it? Could have used that a while ago. He really is the last thing standing.
We've captured the enemy's
Oh, and
general.
he's been captured. Sweet, sweet victory. 641 though, but we took out a hell of a lot. And the top kills, I'm very interested to see. 332 do go to Dunlending Horsemen. And then a close behind by only 1 kill, Half-Orc Baneguard. That's amazing. That's fantastic. The Warg Marauders did not get as many, but they had a lot less men. Yeah, but it's interesting that a cavalry unit still took the top spot. Beast Slayers 265. 277, that's the Wargs. Uruk-hai Archers did very well. Even Saruman actually did something this time. Saruman is obviously... Crossbows fire so slowly that you need the game to last for ages for them to get the number of kills that archers get. But if you can get him in melee, he's a monster. Absolute monster. A beast of a general. So, halving and halving with him melee ranged is a good shout. But that is going to be where this episode ends, with probably not the capture of Cair Andros, because I think Gondor are going to get it. Yes, they did. Bugger. And they've then trapped us. Brilliant. Thanks, Gondor. That's really handy. Thanks for all your assistance and help there. So I killed the garrison and you just swoop in and take it. That's fair, isn't it? That's fair. Callie agrees with me that it is not fair. Oh, and Mordor did pull that army back. Oh, Gondor, come on. Captain, what's your name? Argonwy. Let's move you so that we can get past. Show cursor stat. Move character. Now, this might not work if there's more than one Captain Argonwy, because you can't tell it from which nation you want them to be moved from. Yes, there is only one.
Listen up! Destroy them! Is that what you want?
We'll just maintain that. He did pull back as expected, so you guys can...
you want?
Oh, that's a Gondorian fall.
you want?
Bucket.
Come on! Get ready for
That's you're heading south too, and the main army
no sleeping
is missing
here.
3. Well, Lurtz and Saruman will be 2 of those. But then we've got room for 1 more unit. Oh, and we got crossbows and berserkers coming. I mean, you're not as needed. You're not as paramount, so we can keep you behind, and we'll take a unit of those. So if that unit goes on alone,
We have complete.
then we'll sit you in the fort just to get at least 4 free upkeep. We'll take those 2 units on that next turn, and that army will be the... Well, I don't know. We'll have to see now, because attacking Gondor may well now be the biggest threat to us, not Mordor. But anyway, we haven't been attacked elsewhere, so that will conclude just as Callie comes and absolutely wipes out the microphone. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do stay tuned for another Isengard episode later on in the week. And the faction overview for Dol Guldur is at the weekend. There'll be another Nazgul, of course. And then the Shire lore video next week. All to come. But do take care of yourselves in this, obviously, unsure time. And particularly those of you who are at risk, high risk. Don't take unnecessary chances. It isn't worth it. But take care of yourself. And until we speak again, Navar Naden Penamad Melonin. And farewell.